Greetings, grasshoppers. Welcome to the Bot Signal. This, of course, is your RJ. And if you don't know me, entrepreneurs hire me to skyrocket their engagement because most people feel like they're shouting into a black hole. Many entrepreneurs are just carbon copies of everybody else with their marketing message. And most have a heck of a time getting traction online. So I create epic engagement experiences that get people to click that button, connect with you, and convert like crazy. Today, we are talking about an engagement piece that is often overlooked, but much talked about. What am I talking about? Email. Yep. So the title of this one is a little fiery, but I really felt like I needed to catch people's attention with this. Email is something that we all are, sending every day, right? Often one to one, but a lot of us send, email blasts and things like that to folks. Catching up with the newsletter every week, or maybe you're a person with lots and lots of people on your list and you like to promote other people, or whatever you do with your email, whatever you do with it, no matter what, I want you to stop sending boring emails. Holy moly. Stop sending them. It doesn't work. It doesn't fire anyone up. It doesn't make anyone want to talk to you. We have all accepted this fact that even if you're doing super well, 20% open rate and a 1% click rate, we've all just accepted this as fact. And here's the worst thing. We've accepted it as our reality. And we tend to that's just the graphic. That's just the measurement we go by. Listen, part of the reason with the 20% is that somebody way back decided this is how you do email. And we all went, okay, this is how we do email. Let's just take a breath, grasshopper. We really don't need to participate in that anymore. We really can be super creative, fun, and even interactive in email. We can. And super personalized as well. Listen, personalized. Remember when it was like, wow, a total miracle when you could, pop somebody's first name into the title or into the first little line of your email, and that was personalization. Yeah. That was so 2001. I mean, people. We've got to stop thinking of that as the end all be all. Email as a medium, if we're just talking about email as a thing, as an artistic expressionary platform, no, it's not. It's just a thing right now. But if we're thinking about email as a thing and we're thinking about how much progress email has made over the years, how many inventive, creative, new things you can do to reach your audience, email seems like it kind of, it grew a little bit. And then for the last, 10, 15 years, stagnation, nothing going on, really. And, all the people that write emails out there, I respect you and I understand, but I think, well, and this is my personal opinion, my show, my opinion, get ready, people. It's my opinion that we haven't grown there. And because we haven't grown, people have just gotten bored. They're just bored. That's all. You know what? That is kind of easy to fix, actually. It is. Turns out there's kind of a ton of different things that you can do in email. It's just that people don't, people will say, it's the most important thing you have. Your business is nothing without your list. And trust me, the eye rolls, they're just automatically happening when I hear people say things like that. There's a lot more to my business than a list. I just will tell you that right now. And I realize now too that when people say list, what they have meant for the, past however long is email list. But I've also got people that follow me, that watch the show, that are in my messenger bot, that are in some of my other chat bots, that are in my free community, that are in my paid community. I've got folks in a lot of places, and I've got a lot of different ways to contact them. So why, so I have never, I will say this, I've never really relied on email too much. I've used it kind of basically to promote my, my partners, and my colleagues in crime, as I would like to say, out there. I use it a lot to promote people, and that's good, but haven't ever really used it to myself until about, I would say, a month ago, when I finally had something to say. So here's the first rule of non-boring emails. Please, for the love of whatever you consider holy, have something to say. Have something to say. It doesn't have to be every Friday night at 6 o'clock that you send this thing. It doesn't have to be Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m. It doesn't have to be at a certain time all the time. You can send them when you have something to say. You know what? People appreciate that. They do. And if you show up on, in their inbox on a random day, it's cool. Not saying scheduled email is bad. I'm just saying you don't have to do it the way everybody else does it. In fact, if you don't, you'll stand out from the crowd. Received, Teresa says, I despise email. I read it that way because it's all in caps, everybody. So you can be creative with this. I got an email yesterday. Noah Kagan, AppSumo fame. Great emails. Love this dude. Anyway, it was probably about 6 lines long. It had a GIF in it, those little reaction GIFs, much like this one. Just one of my favorites. One of my favorites. Just take a look at that. Okay, so it was about six lines long, 5 or 6. None of the lines even wrapped around. You know what I'm saying? It was just like very quickly scannable. Very, very quick to determine, is this of value to me or not right now? So I can kind of move on or click the link. And it was funny. Gosh. These are the emails that we haven't been trained to write. We have all been trained to write a book. And I used to do this too. Many, many years ago, I was trying to do it the way everybody else was forcing me how to do it, or what the collective wisdom was there. And I put about 1,000 links in my newsletter. It was pretty crazy stuff. My coach was like, I don't know that you want to do that. Okay. Just me experimenting, right? Throwing some spaghetti at the wall. But what I realized yesterday, when I got that, was that I appreciate that. Here's a very basic truth. And I don't care what kind of marketing you're doing. I don't care if you're emailing or not. I don't care what kind of audience you're trying to reach, what kind of products or services you have. Other people's time is a privilege. Don't waste it. Don't waste it. So what I'm getting at here is there's a lot of different things you can do inside your email. There's a lot of different things that you can be creative with inside an email. There are also programs and software out there that will allow people to be interactive within an email. So we're all used to this, right? We're all used to scanning an email and seeing a video and clicking on it, and it takes us to a landing page. 99% of the time, that's what's happening. It's taking us to a landing page somewhere on the internet, and fantastic, fantastic. There might be something fun to do there. But as you know, because we've talked about it many times, grasshoppers, we've talked about this, that if you have them go somewhere else, the minute that you're going to that second location, you get drop off. You get people second guessing. You get people going, is this really worth my time? Oh, screaming baby in the other room. I got to go. You know, this is not that important. And I get it. I get it because I do that myself. But what about this dream? What about this crazy situation? What about having people play a game right in their email? What if it's a simple game? What if it's a little scratch-off game? You can do this. You can do this. What if there's a picture, an image of some kind in that email, and there's some little hot spots on it, some little glowing areas that you can kind of mouse over and get a little extra description or maybe a link somewhere to go buy that shoe or whatever. Now, nobody I work with sells shoes, but what if? Now, a couple things about interactive emails. Okay. Email is a different animal a little bit because there are some email programs that completely reject anything that is not a whole bunch of text and a static image. Hello, Outlook. I'm looking at you. There are email programs that will kind of accept some fun stuff, and then there are email programs that'll accept all fun stuff. So it kind of depends on, who your people are, it depends entirely on what kind of email they're reading it through. Now, that can be a hindrance to some folks. The other hindrance is, do you know how to program? Do you know how to code? I don't know how to code. So I have been looking for some programs out there that will help me send interactive emails to my crowd, because I want to speak when I have something to say. I want to give my people an experience, just like I give them an experience when they are clicking into one of my chatbots. I want to give them the experience of being able to be wowed and amazed and shown a whole different thing right in their email box. I want to give stuff of value, and I want to make it fun, and I want to make it a cool experience for them. Now, that's me. That's my Brandon. It might not be yours, but you can make it so that it is your branding. So I did find one piece of software out there. Now, I have not tested it yet, so it's not getting the seal of approval. It's not getting that quite yet. But I do want you to know that there is software out there that will allow you to create an experience and put it directly in email and have people experience that. And have people, click through, play a game, scratch a card, whatever they're going to do. I mean, for me, I don't need to, the top of mind trick that everyone and their dog uses, except for my dog. He doesn't care about email. The trick that everybody and their dog uses is you've got to stay on the top of mind. You got to stay on the top of their mind. You got to be everywhere they look. You got to remarket. You got to be in their email every 2 days. You got to. Oh, God, shut up. It's tiring, isn't it? And if you are sending marketing that makes you inside go, ugh, or I wouldn't want to see this. I need you to stop. Stop. You know what? Sometimes it's good to take a minute. Sometimes it's good to be silent for just a second and figure out again who you are and where you want to go. I suggest this regularly to everybody I coach, and I do it myself. Let's just gather for a second. What are we doing? What are we trying to accomplish? How are we trying to accomplish it? Is this really going to lead to something that I consider valuable and cool? Or is this something that some expert told me how to do or told me I had to do? Listen, I know you can do this. I know that you can stop and self-evaluate. If your email has gotten to the point where you feel just a little bit throwing up in your mouth a little bit there, or your stomach is turning when you're hitting the send button or scheduling that thing up, stop sending it. You can do better. Everything is advancing. Software is advancing by the day. People are creating and releasing new things every single day. I know, because part of my job is exploring these things so that I can come back and say, I would really, this product is awesome. And I've really gotten great results of it. Or I can say, this product tried real hard, but whoa, I can do either of those things. And that's my day. I explore these things. I explore them for my clients. I explore them for you. But let me tell you, email does not have to be the way that it has always been. What if you can get a better click-through rate? What if you can get a better open rate? What if you can get people to inwardly smile every time they see your name in an inbox? Whether it's a text, whether it's an email, whether it's a messenger message, doesn't matter, does it? Doesn't really matter. When I was just working on bots and just doing bot stuff, that was good. That was great. It gave me an incredible experience. And of course, I'm still doing tons of bots. But now that the world has kind of changed, and now we're doing an omni-channel approach where instead of reaching them on my favorite medium, I reach people wherever they're at. Some of my clients like to communicate by email. Some of them like to communicate with text. Some of them like to communicate over a messenger thread. When I land a client, I ask them, where would you like to communicate? Or I figure it out by the way that they've communicated with me before. I mean, right? I do that with all of my clients. Why am I not doing that with folks on my list? Why am I not doing that there? Where would be a great place for them for me to reach out to them? What channel would be their favorite? These are things to ask. These are things to ask the people that are in your tribe. I'm going to use that. I hate the list thing. Ugh. Being on someone's list makes me feel like a number that they now get to market to. Ooh, who woke up this morning and went, I want to be marketed to today? No one. No one. So stop doing it. It's okay. Stop, take a second, reevaluate, figure out where you're coming from and where you want to go. Figure out where your audience is and where they want to be connected with, and connect with them there. I'm going to catch up on the comments here. Brett Williams, hello, my friend. Yep, deliverability is key, but you have to find ways to make it stand out. Just a note on that one, Brett. I did find a piece of software that I'm checking out that claims that it will create a different format for each type of deliverability. So it will create fallbacks for people who have just Outlook and can't really have anything fun in their emails, all the way to people that can have super fun stuff in their emails. So with every version you create, then you'll be covered on all sides. Now, I've yet to test this theory, but you know I'm going to find out and come back and report to you. Jessica, yeah, how would we communicate? Yeah, it's a good question to think about. It's a great question to think about. Some people love LinkedIn. I know my friend Brett does. Some people, people like different things. And so how you connect with them. So I used to, years back, I used to be a faculty member up at the university here, and that was the thing. How do you get back? It was always this. How do you get back to that student? Where did they get a hold of you? Uh, that's that's the best way to get back to them. I don't know why I learned that in school, but whatever. Wherever they reached out to you at, that's where they want to be communicated with. As an increasingly omni-channel world, as increasingly email is just one of the things that you can use to reach your client, your prospective clients, or whatever you call your people. As email is just one of the platforms that you can reach them on. How do we change our message to be more interactive? How do we engage? How do we break people out of the boring paradigm? How do we help them into a new type of reality, a new type of engagement marketing, where now finally you can reach people, get feedback from them, make them feel cared for and seen and heard. So gosh, that was kind of a long soapbox, kind of a rant. I don't usually do that, but today seemed to be the day. So I hope you loved it. Catching up on the comments here. Can I share how it can work in the JV partnerships world that isn't based on lists? For me, that's a world that needs some love. Because it's based on your list numbers. People will ask you sometimes before they've even really talked to you, how big's your list? Those people I usually just brush off because they just care about clicks. They don't really care about clients too much. But in the JV world, I do believe that there's a huge opportunity for change and a huge opportunity for thinking beyond numbers on a list and thinking about people. Listen, here's the truth. I'll tell you the truth right now. Are you ready? There's always a person on the other end of that screen. There's a person there. There's not, like you are, when you hit send, there's a person on the other end of that screen. Are you paying attention to their wants and their needs? Because the people that pay attention to their wants and their needs, those are the people that are going to be walking forward when all of this is over. And some of them are walking forward now. So maybe, Jessica, we ought to chat about that one another time, because that's a pretty big subject, I think, is how would you change that world? I think that world will change when the norm stops working. I think that world will change when it's like, hey, we've got to pay attention to some of these other mediums because they have it just is so much better engagement. So, yeah, let's create some change. Yes, Jessica, that's what we're all about here. So my friends, grasshoppers, loved ones, got a lot of great stuff going on this week. Got a show that we're going to bring you tomorrow. What is that one? Let's see. Here we go. Oh, hey, serving your clients better by putting resources in a chatbot. Wow, this is some incredible stuff. I was talking with a friend about it yesterday. That may become a client, taking all of your resources that people are actively looking for and that they would actively engage with, put them all in a centralized place where they can find it all just by typing in a few words. That sound interesting? If it does, show up tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central, because I'll be right here. Also, right up in the comment or the description of this video, I left a link for the Engagement Rocket Ship. It's my new community. It costs you less than a cup of coffees a month at Starbucks. It's $7. $7 a month, and you get to be part of a growing community that does think about change on the regular and does plan to change the world with their engagement marketing pieces. So that's what I have for you right now. That is the state of RJ's Union. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to use that phrase again. That was weird. And I am so grateful you stopped by today. Listen, if you're out there dealing with people today, spread some positivity and some love because we need it now. We need it now, and you're going to be doing something awesome for the world. All right, my friends, that's it for now. I'll be back tomorrow. And until then, see you in a bot.